Hey guys, what's going on? Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are talking about how you should use all 5 of your senses when buying or selling a home. And we're going to talk about that coming up. Hey guys, what's going on? Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio. Today on the video, I want to talk about the way that you should use all 5 of your senses: sight, sound, smell, touch. What's the 5th one? Taste. Okay, maybe you're only going to use 4, but you're going to use all your senses when it comes time to buy or sell a house. Now, here's what I mean by this. You hear a lot about curb appeal, how the house looks from the curb. You also hear a lot about how it looks on the inside. So naturally, you're going to use your eyes if they work, and mine don't very well anymore. But sight is a big part of real estate. Whether you are buying or selling a home, the curb appeal, the way your house looks inside and out, makes a big difference. If your house shows well, your chances of selling quickly for more money are greater. If your house does not show well, if people walk in and do this, not a good sign. So there's the sight part. Let's talk now about smell, something that I'm not doing very well with all the pollen in the air. How does the nose come into play when it's time to buy or sell a house? Well, you know as well as I do that when you open the door of a house and you smell a musky odor or cigarette smoke or pets or what have you, any odor that assaults the nose, not good. Not good, because people immediately form an opinion of the house and of you a lot of times based on how your home smells. On the inverse, if the house smells nice, the air is freshened, if there are cookies baking, that's why a lot of realtors will, actually put bake cookies during an open house, because they want that positive smell. So keep that in mind. From the moment someone gets out of the car in front of your house, if the air smells, if you're like next to a paper mill or something, not good. But mostly when they open that door, whatever smell meets them at the door is the smell that's going to make the impression on your house. Keep that in mind whether you're buying or selling. So there's your sight, there's your smell. Let's talk about sound. This is something that you may not think about, but you should, especially if you live in an area where there are lots of sounds. For example, my house in Madison, which I've owned forever, when I bought the house, Madison was just a little small town. We back up to Hughes Road, which now is like, I think, second only to Talladega for the number of cars going up and down it at high speeds. So when someone walks out my back door, the first thing they're going to hear, traffic. If you live in a flight path, someone might hear a jet hovering above your house. So the ears make a very big difference. Are your neighbors noisy? That's a big one. I had one recently. I was showing a home, and this dog, which I love dogs, wouldn't shut up barking next door. They were just yap, yap, yap. Ruined the entire showing. That's another thing with pets. And I'll do a whole video on pets, is how pets can really hurt your chances of selling your home. That's a whole nother video. So what are people going to hear when they come to look at your house? And if you're looking at buying a house, you need to keep your ears open. Is there a train track out back? Do you hear a train going by? Well, you might later, depending on when you come. All right, now let's talk about touch. And this is kind of an odd one, because people typically don't walk through houses touching things unless there is something that looks out of them or out at them, jumps out at them. For example, like a wet spot. They want to touch it. Is it wet? Are these hardwoods smooth? Is this real granite? Touch comes into it a lot, but really not as much as the other senses. Touch comes into it if a door is hard to open, or a window is hard to open or close, or if there are splinters on your deck. You got to think about all of these things, folks, because whether you are buying or selling, those four senses come into play: sight, smell, sound, and touch. Taste only really comes into play if they walk in the door and there's something in the air and it's, or maybe you want to stick your tongue to the sheetrock. I don't know. It has kind of a salty taste. Okay, so maybe taste doesn't come into play, but the other four senses do. So, hey, I want to remind you about our sponsors on the video. We have got a couple of really great sponsors, Stan McDonald and his team at Jacob Title. They are your hometown closer. We do a lot of business with Jacob Title, and they will get you done quickly. They'll get you into your new house painlessly. And if you mention to Stan that you heard about Jacob Title here on the program, he's going to give you a $150 discount. Okay. Now, the other sponsor is Stephen Allen with the mortgage firm. We work with those folks a lot because they are, we kind of call them the miracle workers. If you need pre-approval, if you need to have a loan, a specific type of loan, Stephen and his team there at the mortgage firm, they are experts on everything. I got to be honest with you. Every time I talk to Stephen, and don't tell him I said this, but I'm amazed by his level of knowledge about the mortgage industry. So, all right, so those are our sponsors. Do me a favor, go down, say hi to them. By the way, if you tell Stephen at the mortgage firm that you heard about it on this video, he is going to give you the $450 appraisal absolutely free. And that will leave a nice smell in your nose or taste in your mouth. Yeah, something like that. All right, guys, if I can help you in any way when it comes to real estate, do not hesitate to see me, hear me, smell me, touch me, taste me. Okay. If I can do anything for you when it comes to real estate, just call me, 679-0704. Have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you soon.